Ah, fuck. Give it a moment. Okay, I think the camera is finally... That's good news, apparently. Why did I subject myself to this crap? Why? Just why? I don't know why. I think the fact of the matter that I'm subjecting myself to this particular live stream right now. I know I told you guys I wasn't going to plan on making one, but I think this one in a sense of perspective really personally disturbs me. And it also makes me personally uncomfortable that I know about it, despite living all the way far west in Vegas. Just the fact that Saroka flew out of Pennsylvania and is in my, I don't consider it my home state, but in my birth state of Georgia. And I know what some people may ask, why does that bother you? Why does that kind of give you some sort of disturbing feeling about that? Well, here's the thing. I consider myself a Texan more than I consider myself a Georgian. Even though I was born in Georgia, I don't really share much of a desire to go back to Georgia. But, again, there are some places that I like going to, and there are family members and friends that I do have living in Georgia. So it still makes it a great while to go back to. I mean, there are some memories about that too. I am very sentimental when it comes to it, at least, despite my feelings about it, and I'm more of a Texan. But here's where I kind of I want to be a little bit more open about why it is. Because I am technically, well, I'm not technically, but by fact, I'm a Georgian. I was born in Georgia. It was my birth state, and I was born there. I grew up there, and I also grew up in Texas. So I consider myself more of a Texan than I am a Georgian because I love Texas. But it comes to that point, Saroka himself is in my birth state of Georgia, Atlanta. And this isn't even doxing. His live streams from Periscope and all of this already tell people that he is in Georgia. Some buffoon or whatnot, I'm not calling the person buffoon, I'm just saying this in the general state, found out that he was in Georgia. Everyone knows about it now. And it bothers me because a lot of my family and friends are in Georgia. They are around Atlanta, Georgia. Some of them are in Woodstock. Some of them are in Villa Rica. Some of them are in Ackworth, Kennesaw. Kennesaw is where I was born, by the way. Cartersville. Those particular areas. So if the fact of the matter, if Jim is near anyone that I know personally or is a family member, I am definitely going to I want to definitely feel fucking uncomfortable because he's got a record of stealing from people. The Hurricane Harvey, is an incident that's pretty much a prevalent reason to that. He stole off of Texans, and that personally offends me. So, if he steals off of people in Georgia, or particularly anyone that I know, I'm personally going to be offended by it. And I'm not really a guy to be offended by it, but it bothers me. So what we're going to do, there is a video here. It's 2 hours long. And again, it's live streamed from Georgia. So his location is already set on the YouTube videos. So pretty much no one really needed any information further on that. But I'm going to actually go with this, and we're just going to respond to it because why not? I'm subjecting myself to this for you guys because, again, this one I feel kind of hits me a little bit personally when it comes to Georgia. I mean, after all, I was born there, so I at least owe my fellow Georgians this particular one.
Hi everyone, my name is Jimmy Saroka,
and for God's sakes, you still have the vertical camera. Can you flip it over, please, so people can at least see a little bit more of a better resolution?
We're gonna have one video here to leave up. And just for anyone to look back who doubts moving forward, because as much as I've said about apologies, I feel like they've been made. They have been. There just technically aren't any videos left up because I thought, we'll just move on from it. But
well, it just seems kind of really weird and callous of you to pretty much, I don't know, scrub all your videos off of your YouTube channel when you got called out by Mr. Epsilon. That sure as hell doesn't sound anything or pretty much show any shady behavior or activity at all when you got called out for something and you realized, oh shit, get rid of the videos. Nobody will know. No, dude, you got people that have their eyes on you 24/7 after what you've done. You think you're really going to get away that easily? No. It's the concept of think before you act.
People want one stamped on the channel. Everybody wants that. So, by everyone, I mean me included. And Kate included. And that's why you're getting it. Because Kate and I want it. Everyone come on.
Speak for yourself, dude. If Kate really wants it, why doesn't she still have her own social media or her own channel as well, just to, put herself out there as well? I mean, where's the freedom? Where's the opportunity for her? You still haven't given that to her. I failed to see any of this posted or projected anywhere on, social media or YouTube for her to have her own channel, to have her own stuff. What's wrong? What's wrong with that? What is wrong with someone that you have for a significant other to have their own stuff? Again, this is like pretty much fuckboy, controlling ass, mind freak dipshits trying to control their girlfriend's behavior. Now, I'm not saying currently that's the situation at the moment, but that's just the kind of vibes that I'm getting off of you from when you say this.
What they want. But Caitlin and I...
One sec. I'm doing pretty well. Rezkilla, 1996. How you doing, man?
I want to have the conversation.
All right, then what's this conversation about? Because from the looks of it, you only got 12 likes to 176 dislikes, and from what the way people me, there's no apology in this video.
I really do.
9 hours ago, by the way.
I care about your feelings. We are live, yes. I care about your feelings. And I also care about making sure that people know the actual story. It's not my side of the story. It is the story. I have the facts. I lived it. Everyone else involved is on some level
lying. Let me recall the fact that there is multiple recordings, screenshots of you soliciting yourself to minors, multiple recordings of you in the aspects, and it's stressful enough to bring up again because, again, this is like the main thing that comes up. The abuse from the recordings stem from where they are. You practically gave a man a death sentence when you put him in $60,000 of debt. That was the guy, Josh, by the way. You put him through all that. You practically gave the guy a death sentence in that regard. Let me really think about this for a second here. You sound just like Gregory James Jackson. Using full names on details on that, I mean, pretty much that's permanently known. But like you show the exact same this manipulative, mental, strategic value from yourself, thinking that you're in the clear, that it's all false. It's all there, dude. You're starting to think this is all just a political witch hunt to you. The issue with that, though, also, I'm glad you're enjoying whiskey, by the way. Drink responsibly, especially in these times. But the problem, Jim, is that the fact that there is evidence against you. Recent abuse from last month, it doesn't really care how long ago it was. If this is still a sign of a month and you still haven't gotten counseling or whatnot, there's still an issue emerging here. There's more behind the scenes that we don't even know. And I'm not saying that in terms of you actually having a broader side of the story. Doesn't matter. You yourself have shown nothing but abuse, but haven't seen anything on Kate's side because for one, we don't have the story from her. Number two, we haven't seen or have any documentation of her abusing you. But anyways, I'm jumping too ahead here. Let's just go.
I'll make an effort to hash it out for you as best as I can in this video.
You did that like multiple times before.
Much to rest, and then we'll move forward. So, guess what? I have come unprepared, as I always do.
Oh, yeah.
I've found that's the way to stay the most.
Oh, yeah, Oleander.
So, throw your accusations, ask your questions, and anyone that wants legitimate answers are about to get them.
Yeah, actually, I got some questions. What are you going to do when you're in Georgia now? Since you're in my birth state, what are you going to do? Are you going to rip people off like you did from people that lived in Texas, or like the people that you did in Pennsylvania? You're going to rip those people off? Because if you fucking do, As much as I really don't find any sense of going back to Georgia anytime soon, however, though, still holding a sentiment to it, you dare rip off any people, it doesn't matter, anyone in general. You rip off any people in Georgia, anyone that I know, any family that I know, or any particular person in Georgia, I'm going to have a real fucking issue with you. Because you're having to depend on people for your own quality and sake, for your entertainment of YouTube and Periscope, for you to have your hotels paid for. And by whom? Your fans or the people that you're pretty much trying to take money from? Now, I'm not going to jump to this accusation that you're indeed taking money from people in Georgia. I don't know that for a fact. However, though, history itself is still reflecting over the time that you actually ripped off people or stole from people from the Hurricane Harvey areas. And again, I consider myself a Texan, and you stole from people from Texas, and I find that personally offensive, just like I almost find this personally offensive, because if you do rip people off in Georgia, I'm going to have a huge fucking problem with you. And that is why I'm subjecting myself to this video for you guys. So that way, dipshits like this are put on fucking notice. Because these are my people that you're messing with. And I'm not talking about in terms of race. I'm talking about Georgians. It doesn't matter. Georgians are Texans. Okay? Those are my people you don't fuck with, because you do, I will fucking I'll come after you verbally. I'm not saying that as a threat. I'm talking about with this, okay? So I don't want that taken out of context. I will come at you fucking verbally. Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Lodo. Painful, sadistic shit happened to Saroka, not just because he's scamming, but also because he's an abusive piece of shit. Josh is in Georgia. Lives with his parents. Okay, well, I'm glad he's doing well. I'm just saying in the financial sense, that guy nearly gave him a death sentence in a way. Glad to know he's doing better.
And I will give as much detail as I can without incriminating myself.
That very poor choice of words, my friend.
Because that is not a smart move. And everyone.
That just tells me that you have something to hide. Then you could have worded that a whole lot better instead of incriminating myself. Then yeah. So now there's cause that you actually have some shit going on here. You could have just said, I will tell you some things without trying to actually take things or try to mix up context. You could have done a better job, and instead you said without incriminating myself, which is giving me the more reason that you have done some very incriminating shit. Were you raised in a fucking barn? You could have worded that so much fucking better.
We'll agree on that. So ask what you must. I will give you the facts. As detailed as I can.
Enlighten me.
Fernando says, love you, man. Screw the haters. I'm done boxing anyone in. So for me, it's I use the word haters. It's a blanket statement that it's unfair, and a lot.
Quite surprisingly, that's like the one thing I can agree on there. Haters is kind of a blanket statement in itself. Surprisingly, I can actually agree with that, because you can't really hate someone you don't know. But again, I can still technically despise you because of the things that I've seen, and history still reflects.
A lot of people are getting caught in the middle, and then I end up confused. Come on, how are you?
Josh, wait, hold on a second.
Come on.
This I didn't know. Josh is still giving money, and Jimmy is most likely NGA because easy access to Josh's. What? So he's still using them? Fuckity A.
Test, welcome on. Some loud breaks, bro. Test, welcome on. How do you trust me, says Naomi. Time, effort, consistency. As this all gets rolled out on the channel and we just move on with lives, hopefully that's enough for you. It's not, then that's you. You know, I can't control that. I can't control other people using my name as a weapon for their own. You know.
I mean, you pretty much do that yourself with all the bullshit that you pretty much spatter upon. You didn't think it at first to like not put your relationship problems on the internet to begin with.
Or things that have happened in the past. Sophie, well, come on. You rock, says Drew. Thanks. How's Georgia, says May. It's nice. The weather's beautiful. Sometimes the sun goes away and it rains pretty heavily, and that's gorgeous as well. A cat says, "Hey, Selena Gomez. What's new?" says Bill Murray. Caitlin and I have a very healthy relationship. That's new.
I have a hard time believing that one, especially since the abuse was last month. Not last month, it was in February, so it doesn't really matter that I'm still failing to believe that. So
we have a healthy environment where we are getting to know our neighbors, and it's very cool.
I just hope to God they're not people that I know.
Caitlin and I have food daily, which is good and healthy. Caitlin and I officially have a paycheck, which is good and healthy.
Where exactly did you get this paycheck, by the way?
We have good working devices, which is new and healthy.
Yeah, actually, you got a paycheck off of making vertical videos on YouTube. And then Periscope. And by the way, I did see one of these Periscope shows and how your number got boosted from 92 followers to about 2,000, which was so fucking bullshit to begin with. There is no fucking way that happened. I was actually at one of those shows. There is no way you just jumped from 92 viewers to 2,000. It's bullshit. And I'm not speaking that out of jealousy, by the way. Like I said, I was there. So,
for our head, and things are rather average for the first time, which is good and healthy. And that healthy, stable environment has put us in a position to feel safe enough to have a conversation with you. So, you want your apology? Ask for it. You want confessions? Ask for it. I'll have a conversation with you about as much as humanly possible. Those who are really just seeking views or to give me crap more than likely will not try to have the conversation. But I have trust that there are people, far and few between, who are not bandwagoners that actually...
Oh, fuck off with this, with the bandwagon and crap. And I'm not speaking for everybody because I have seen certain people out there for bandwagoning, and I'm not going to address who it is, okay, because you know who you guys are. But bandwagoners and clout... You couldn't even tell the difference between a fucking clout chaser and someone actually legitimately trying to spread awareness about what you were fucking doing. You couldn't even give the fucking definition for clout chasing. Repsion challenged you on that one. You couldn't even get that one right. So how the hell are you going to convince people about bandwagoning at that point? And again, the only reason why I'm subjecting myself to your fucking live stream, by the way, is the fact that you're in my birth state. Oh, yeah, Justin, why are you going to get so personally offended? Well, again, for anyone that actually just popped in here to, kind of ask that question why, is because, again, I'd still hold a sentiment to it because, again, I was born there and there's people that I know that also live in Atlanta, Georgia.
And genuinely want answers. Well, here I am.
Exactly right, Brianna.
Have the conversation and move on. Caitlin and I will move on after this.
He gets his money from Scope. He lost his super broadcaster status and is trying to get it back, claiming victim bullying. Holy
but I can see that there are some people who genuinely are good, who want answers. I'm going to let you know with love that you do not owe anyone answers from your life, nor do I owe you answers. And do not take this from an entitled point of view that I'm having a conversation because I'm pressured or because I have to. I really don't. That's why I feel comfortable to have it.
You posted broadcasts of your abuse of your girlfriend, so what the fuck? Again, it kind of leads back to one thing I've been arguing this whole entire time. When you post shit like that to the public, you basically forfeit all right for that shit to be private. And you're trying to claim victim for something that you fucking did. And again, there hasn't been any broadcast or any videos of Kate doing the other thing around or abusing you in that sense. That part was all you. Where's the footage of Kate abusing you? Where's the footage of Kate verbally abusing you? Where's the footage of that? Where's the footage of her doing anything like that with some negative repercussion to you? Because as far as I've seen, the only thing that we have seen so far from your side is the fact that you have done nothing but antagonize her. You verbally abused her. You confessed to physically abusing her. You gaslighted her. And then pretty much you go out and just tell people that they don't know what they're talking about and they're just clout chasing. That's all you. You're not convincing people. You convinced maybe 12 people, but you haven't convinced the other, what, 98%? No, it's not even 98, 99.5%.
No one forces me to do anything because I was forced adult life and childhood to live for everyone else. I'm doing this because I care, and I'm doing it because
exactly. He manipulated her too.
About it because I may say some stuff that could incriminate me. Not that I'm a criminal, but rather
you basically just said that. Oh yeah, because it wouldn't incriminate. You just didn't choose your fucking words carefully here too. And not to mention, there's already shit out there about you stealing, misappropriation of funds, and tax evasion.
That there are things that people could spin against me, but that's always been the story.
Because it's already posted out there. There's really no reason to really kind of bring it up, though. I mean, if you want me to bring it up, fine, but it's kind of already out there.
Let me fill you in as best as I can. And whatever gaslighting happens after that, due to other people taking my words out of context, I have to let it go and realize I can't control it. And if people want the truth, you just come on into my broadcast.
Truth. That's the whole Onision thing right there. Just pay attention to that dialogue when he does that. If you ever watch it when he's doing that, just that's something I've kind of noticed. And also when he starts getting a little bit more aggressive and also a little bit more agitated or ticked, he ends up having a lisp. You know, he has a lisp every time he like apologizing. You know, he has a lisp when he does that.
To live a good, healthy, regular life with Kate and I.
Jared Wars, happy Friday. Nice blue eyes, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. They look blue. They're actually sort of greenish. Really, it's weird.
Bill Murray says, good way of looking at things. Glad to hear.
Yeah, it's like greenish.
Bill Murray. Aja Joyce says, dang, you're in Georgia already. Yes. Very nice down here.
Okay, no, I fuck it.
Julia asked, do you have a plan so you guys have stability? Yes.
I'm very curious to know what this stability is supposed to be on, because how is it that you jump from internet fame from someone who nobody noticed to still 2,000 viewers and you're somehow this internet celebrity or Periscope celebrity when I've seen Periscope celebrities skyrocket to 50,000 legitimately. And in the course of what, 2,000 people? That's not celeb status. I mean, look at my channel, for example. I got like 1,000 damn subs. I mean, I'm only like 1,000 shorter than you, but like, holy crap, that's still nothing. So again, what makes this any more of a celeb status?
And we are not high stress. That's the piece that
hey, Shades, love you too.
Missing. I had a conversation with a friend of mine. We video chatted a couple hours ago. The stress you see is it's PTSD from past experience. It's not current stress. You're not going to see it when the camera shuts off because we're good. I have to work through this though. You can't. I'm not getting it out. How do I say this? How do you say it? What do we say? Oh, that people online and how gaslit they are about my past. If you were to show up at our door, there is not a thing you're seeing on the internet about me that is going to speak towards the reality. And it's going to be on me to continue to remain stable and work through my issues that I have here on the internet yet.
Well, then don't post your fucking personal issues out on the internet then, you dipshit. How else did you think you were in this situation to begin with? Because you decided to be a dumbass about yourself, post up your abuse on Periscope, TikTok, and all of this. And now all of a sudden, yeah, all this stuff is just false shit. And now I really got to own up to my shit because people now found out and are now spreading awareness about the shit that I did. Fuck you. Even I myself as a Christian too find this blatantly bullshit. And the reason why I bring that up is because he talks about Christianity in one of his other like live streams or whatnot, which I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's going back and forth with this one. I could be wrong, but fuckity hell, man. If you steal or fraudulently take or rip off any Georgians out there, I will fucking come at you with piss and vinegar. That is not a threat. That is a promise. And again, ladies and gentlemen, before anyone takes that part out of context, let's think about something here for a moment. Just in case if there's any lurkers in there, on Jim's side that want to take this part out of context. I wouldn't really do anything violent to the person because of a few things. One, it's quarantine in Vegas. How the hell am I going to actually go out back to Atlanta on a quarantine? It has to be an essential trip. It's not an essential trip. And for all I know, why would I waste a few $100 doing that just to fly over there and, just so that way we're on the same page. But yeah, not a threat, just a promise. That's pretty much where I'm driving at.
In order to show you how I am in real life. Yeah. Veronica says, when are you going to bring back the question game? After this video.
Also, one person in this chat, I'm talking about Jim Saroka's chat, by the way. That's from, I'm not going to say their name. I'm just going to use the initials TS. That person says, can I donate money? And it's like, why the fuck are you donating money to this dude? Why? There is one particular user that I saw during one of those streams that actually donated the super chat. I'm not going to address who that person is. But again, I just wanted to just ask, why the fuck did you do that, by the way? I guess while I'm on the subject of that, you donated to a super chat, and I thought you were supposed to be, spreading awareness, and you donated $5. I mean, I know it's just $5, but again, why did you fucking do that?
I'll tell you on
testicle. Oh fuck! I just fucking realized that. Never mind. I get the joke on that username now. Fuckity fuck. That is actually impressive.
Periscope, which is live streaming for Twitter, I will probably continue to complain brag. Meaning,
the fuck is complain brag?
Act like I'm complaining about all the crap I receive, but at this point I'm bragging because Caitlin and I have worked through our issues, and despite what anyone else thinks.
Yeah, because bragging is definitely going to solve the issues that you have with everyone coming at you with piss and vinegar. Not a good idea, dude.
It's about me. How hard I fought to get to the point that I'm at emotionally. I'm finally stable and free of my brainwash, and I'm good.
Stable? You're in a fucking motel. You're renting a motel fucking... How is that stable? There is no fucking way that you're having a steady income on a barely fluctuating set of TikTok and Periscope profile here. There is no fucking... I have been on this fucking website ever since I had AdSense. There is no fucking way that I'm making a stable income off of that. And I get more legitimate views than you. And I'm not trying to use the number comparison here because I know that's kind of childish. But looking at this logically, I get more legitimate views than you, technically speaking. The reason I say that is because your numbers just boost. It takes time for me to have my fucking shit go up so that way I get paid what? $15 fucking dollars? There is no fucking way that you have an influx or a stable income from a live streaming service that you barely have any fucking subscribers that would donate to you. There's no fucking way. Again, yeah, he boosts videos. I've even was one of his live streams. He went from 92 viewers to like 2,000. There's no fucking way. I've seen shit like that happen before.
So people could judge all they want, but in my own head, I want. It's not a social delusion. I'm aware that things socially are awful. I'm aware of it. But society has never really affected my interior life. And the moment I started to...
You practically blame society and your own faults of your parents, maybe even Kate's parents and other people for your failures. But you didn't look at you.
It wasn't healthy for me. So I'm maintaining and keeping...
No, but separating Kate from her family all the way out from, her home state, flying her out just so you could possibly steal from people, that's healthy. Sorry, missed out on
while
that.
They just concoct and formulate the next part of how...
I accidentally skipped like a minute and a half of this, so my bad.
And try to say that they're in control of my life.
Look, nobody's in control of your life here, and I'm not speaking like this because I want to be sincere with you, because I really don't respect you. I don't like you. I despise you. But I'm going to speak like this for a moment because I want you to repeat that one more time. So let's go over to here.
Be very careful what portions of this we do share. And a big piece is we could share so much, but guess what? It may end up in their hands while they just concoct and formulate the next part of how they mess up my psychology and then try to say that they're in control.
Well, did you take a psychology class in high school? Did you graduate from community college or college itself on a psychology course? Because it doesn't seem to me that you know the fuck how psychologically it works. Maybe in a sense of manipulating Kate. Maybe. Congrats. Sarcasm.
And I have to be very vigilant about that. So as much as I would like to answer that, it is unfortunate. Genuinely, I am sorry that I have to say no. It's not your fault. But it's not my fault either that I cannot answer that for the sake of my own safety. But what I can do is I can take that question, think on it a minute, and figure out how do I say it in a way that still keeps us safe from people knowing too much.
You have to knowledge obtained through self-education.
And I don't mean about concealing something negative. It's more about if people understand the processes of how we live our life, it helps them get into our heads. And we can't allow that. I feel comfortable talking about what safe steps have been made to ensure the cycle doesn't repeat itself. Yes. Okay, so how do I keep this simple? Step 1, toxic people on the outside with as minimal contact as humanly possible. That's 1. Step 2, making sure we have healthy contact with psychologically healthy.
Why the fuck did you actually give a weird fucking look to Kate when you said that? I'm gonna back that. Let's back this up.
Understand the processes of how we live our life. It helps them get into our heads, and we can't allow that. I feel comfortable talking about what safe steps have been made to ensure the cycle doesn't repeat itself. Yes. Okay, so how do I keep this simple? Step 1, toxic people on the outside with as minimal contact as humanly possible. That's 1. Step 2, making sure we have healthy contact with psychologically healthy people in our environment.
See, notice that face he makes to Kate. I don't know what's going through his mind when that happens, but that's giving me some odd vibes about maybe the people that he's referring to, maybe with her family, maybe with people that he's encountered. I don't know. But I want you guys to kind of like get that little bit of that kind of perspective of why he signals her like that.
Step 3, doing a lot of research onto what we're dealing with, what we're going through.
Please do not tell me that you are basing your research completely off of the internet. What exactly are we researching, by the way, in terms of, is this psychology? Are you like self-diagnosing yourself here? I could be wrong here, but the way that you made this context just made it feel like, okay, how, avoid toxic people, find people that are healthy. I mean, this is technically psychological shit. So you're basically, what, are you doing your research off the internet? I mean, not a bad idea, but don't believe everything the internet has to provide. I don't know.
And bouncing those ideas off of healthy people that we can share with in confidence about bouncing those ideas off and seeing where are the places where Caitlin and I are healthy, what are the places that need to be worked on, and what are the ways where we have leaned on each other that are unhealthy, where have we groomed each other in an unhealthy way. And
did I hear that right?
what are the ways where we have leaned on each other that are unhealthy? Where have we groomed each other?
One sec. Let me just make sure I'm not going insane here. No, let me just get the grasp on this. That you groomed each other. Well, obviously, it's not to brush or clean the coat of a horse, dog, or an animal, obviously. Not a person to take care of horses. Oops. But here's one: to prepare or train someone for a particular purpose or activity. Also, guess what the synonyms for this are? See in definitions. All, sex, writing, marriage, and royalty. I ain't liking where this is going.
In an unhealthy way. And
groomed in an unhealthy way. Oh, gosh. Please don't be talking about what I think you're talking about.
How we continue to remove what portion of that attachment disorder is left. And that takes a lot of self-care and social therapy in order that we do not have to succumb to free care that really costs a lot more, because oftentimes the professional dealt with is not on par with the course.
13 minutes and there hasn't been an apology.
Or it's just trusting all the wrong people, and it can't continue to happen. It doesn't mean, like I said, I said this on Periscope. I haven't said this here on YouTube. Caitlin can speak for herself. Me personally, when I am on a financial par to actually, get legitimate therapy, then I will be doing that. But as it stands, I was falsely diagnosed with bipolar type 1 disorder. That is now on record, and it's completely false. I'm going to be very careful with who I share my interior life with next, because the complexities that have led me to where I'm at cannot be handled by a subpar professional who's made to handle regular issues. It's not their fault. But this stuff needs to be unraveled. And just jumping off the internet and settling for a small answer for something very big that has been created is not the solution. I'm going to unravel as much of it as I can myself. Ironically, you're going to get to be on the sidelines of that and watch. And then whatever's left, which more than likely will just be PTSD, certain forms of PTSD, then I will get help for that.
I'm not going to go around on this one because I'm not an expert with diagnosing people. So I ain't going to say shit there. So just going to move on from that one.
Maya, I'm actually a very healthy person.
I find that very hard to believe.
Italian Eddie, welcome on. Thanks for being here.
I mean, I'm going through some shit right now. I don't feel I mean, physically I feel healthy. I just don't feel healthy in all the aspects. But like, what the fuck, man?
That says you sound good. You sound healthy. Thank you.
Especially with this whole pandemic thing going on.
I still have some stuff to work on socially, but other than that, our interior life and our real social life.
The one thing that's also kind of like also confusing the fuck out of me. You have money to pay for a motel. You have money to fly out, but you couldn't actually. You didn't buy a fucking better camera, and you can't tilt it the right way, and you actually have a watermark on there. You're able to afford a plane ticket. You can pay for a motel, but you can't pay for a decent camera. Okay, Jimmy boy.
Is rather healthy. I simply have a lot of anxieties and fears, and I'm very careful now when it comes to my business and my online life, just for the world of false hurt that's come down.
Joseph V. Stalin. Oh my god,
it's really scary. So I didn't say false hate. I said false hurt. I can explain that in more detail, but it's going to take a hell of a lot more questions in this broadcast to get me there. I'm going to need help walking through it, but I'm willing to.
Actually, let me read that. So somebody from here says, it's shocking how you have declined mentally since I first saw you. I doubt you remember me. This is Mr. B in Texas.
Bill Murray says, what made you pick Georgia? Kind of weird state to move to. It's really not all that weird. It's absolutely beautiful here. It's somewhere Kate and I have been that we absolutely love. Georgia's beautiful.
I'm just going to say this because if by any chance I get to fly out to Georgia to visit my family and friends, you better hope to God you don't bump into me. I'm just saying that because shit would get real. I'm not saying I would confront your ass, but don't fight battles that ain't worth fighting.
PTSD from what? Well, welcome to my life. I've had maybe
went to GA to leech off Josh again.
False healthcare checks and what is it called? Swatting. I've been swatted 3 times, and I've had I think 14 or 15.
Oh yeah, and the fact that you have a Georgia thing on your damn video is not helpful at all too. That's like another way to get swatted too, by the way.
False healthcare checks called on me.
But then again, I'm giving this guy too many ideas, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that one.
In the past couple of years. And they were in coordination with some other... There's been tactics used against me all the way from hypnotism, all the way to basic gaslighting, which now knows about, all the way to a whole lot of other stuff. But, I mean, that's over now. But you asked. That's why I answered.
Okay, so an apology stream is just mostly you saying people are lying about you. We're just gaslighting. We're just clout chasing. We're just doing yada, yada, yada. You're not trying to, listen to society and shit that you suffer from PTSD. You have an attachment disorder. 17 minutes in this stream. Where's the apology? There hasn't been like I'm sorry, I fucked up. I'm sorry, you guys deserve better. I'm sorry that you guys actually had to deal with this. Not once. You said like, oh, I'm sorry, for something like for myself. Where's the apology to everybody else? You suck.
I'm not bragging, I'm not complaining. You asked the question, I'm answering it.
I mean, you were bragging about technically what you got while you're living in a fucking motel, so there's a lie on that one.
I'm trying to move on. I'm just filling you in. If you don't like what you hear, that's too bad. It's the facts.
It's the facts. You know, your past record of history and videos that you thought were deleted are still out there, my friends. So I wouldn't jump too far on the conclusion that you're in the clear.
Having trouble sleeping? No, I'm not. And Kate is my witness. I sleep like a baby, a healthy baby, every night.
I don't want to fucking know anything further than that.
I did not used to sleep so well. I sleep very well every night. And the way that I used to jump up during the night, I don't even do that anymore. I used to wake up in the morning like that. I used to pounce right up in the morning, all scared and everything. Seriously, I had PTSD because I lived in my car, and people would literally come up on my car and wake me up just to mess with me, or they would call the police, or they would call a tow truck when I was homeless.
I don't know the context with that one too, so again, I'm not going to jump to conclusion on that. I do know there was one time that he was in his car. From what I've seen, he called someone the N-word, or pretty much he called someone a nigger. That's pretty much said that to someone that was calling him out, and he said that. So, yeah.
And no matter how many times I would try and keep people behind as far as my location, they'd always find where I'm at. But I'm not homeless anymore. I'm smart enough to keep it that way.
Dude. Dipshit. You're in a fucking motel. You don't have a home. You're renting a fucking motel. You don't live there. You're just renting in that. You're basically paying every day just to stay in that one particular room every single day with a mystery of a paycheck that comes to you off of some bogus sets of followers that boost up your numbers. You're just living off fraudulency. That is narcissism. Holy fuck. And if Josh is really paying him again, what the fuck, dude? Like, Josh, if you're ever watching this, like, you need to sever ties with this fucking dude. Fuck no. No. That is not a dude worth trusting. That guy is practically going to give you a death sentence. Well, technically he has, but, you know.
And that's going to include keeping my videos up and I wasn't hiding anything before, guys. Anything other than my own embarrassment for being a jerk.
Okay, don't start deflecting that now. We know that's bullshit. Repsion already covered this, and there's no point in trying to hide that one. You had some shit. We saw some shit on there, and people aren't buying it. And don't think for a moment when I'm smiling like this, Jim, or the way that I'm talking, I'm trying to be antagonistic here. I'm speaking how it is. You know, I'm speaking what I've seen. I'm speaking from what I've observed. I'm also speaking from the things that people have shown me. And here's a little daily dose of truth for you. It's the facts.
With the last stuff is that nobody else gets hurt. Because what happened between Kate and I, so that, you know, like there's people out there who are like reposting that stuff as if they're helping anyone. How?
Your recent abuse was what, last February? Not buying it.
About all the victims out there that are now reliving an experience that they can relate to while you're seeking justice. People do not care who gets hurt over it. I do, which is why we took it down. We sought help. We're doing better, and we're moving on because we care. And I'm sorry. But let's move on. How can I help, says Tess? Nope. He's hang out with us. Said, can I donate money? Just hang out with us. Julie says, I wasn't trying to imply your high stress, just that a financial strain. Well, first off, we don't have a financial strain. Believe it or not, we do not have a financial strain. It's not because we have an income. It's because there are good people in our lives making sure that we end up home.
You just said you made a fucking check off of Periscope or TikTok that you're making some sort of a living off that shit. Now you're telling me that you don't have a fucking income? Then what the fuck are you living on then? Are you making money or are you not? I mean, obviously you got to be making fucking money if you're going to be staying in a fucking motel. So obviously you're taking money from somebody. More likely from what people are telling me is Josh. So you just fucking lied out of your ass. Jimmy boy, fuckity fuck, man. Like, am I mixing something up here? My fucking gosh. You know, if I didn't have family living in the house, because I live with them, unfortunately, because, financial stability is not really in my favor right now. And I was actually trying to actually save up to actually move out and get out of the state. I had something worked out with a few friends, but unfortunately, since this is going on, it's been tough. But fuck, at least with me, I actually have a better excuse than you. And I still have a job too, by the way. I have to deal with people giving me crap. I'm talking about customers, by the way. I have to deal with people giving me crap, and I'm still making an honest living off that. Because I work in retail. You, on the other hand, you basically said that you get a fucking check from, like, your social media shit. Like, your social media shit, like TikTok, Periscope, whatever what. People donate to you. You're technically living on some sort of income if you're being dependent on people. And you're not really supposed to be dependent on people because that shit runs out. Because then you got to find your new fixture where you get your fucking money from. And then where are you going to be, Jimmy boy?
Or without food, at least for a little while, while we get back on our feet. People who have seen from the inside, and they know what it's like. And uncertainty can cause even the chillest people to feel very stressed. It wasn't meant to be an unfair question. No, Julia, that's okay. Thank you. But uncertainty, that's another thing that we do not have. So long as we can trust the people who have our back, there is no uncertainty to be had. Or at least there is very little uncertainty to be had. But I absolutely agree that a certain level of uncertainty can definitely create extra stress. Thankfully, Caitlin and I have both been exposed to, as well as have, learned how to handle super high stress environments, very uncertain environments, and where there is a ridiculous amount of rapid change. So we do rather well under hyper stressful situations. What you guys saw of me in that most recent mishap a couple months ago was a level of stress that was, it wasn't a level of uncertainty, it's a controlled environment where I was being bounced off of walls, essentially.
But that doesn't excuse your behavior to fucking... Abuse does not excuse abuse. It doesn't. Period. I just smacked the mic there. That's no excuse. I'm so sorry, my little blue mic. Ironic because it's black, but, it says blue. It's not an excuse. There's a certain level of control that you need to have.
So, very different story than, like, being homeless or not having money. Caitlin and I would agree to prefer that over what was going on in that house. So,
I would prefer to actually pay a prostitute that either had syphilis or gonorrhea. Fuck me, give me an infection, pay her $50 rather than donate to your ass to get a better living. Because at least if I'm doing something with a prostitute, at least I feel like I'm doing something better with a prostitute than supporting your ass. And yes, I'm dead fucking serious.
Jeff says, can't change the past, but the future is limitless. Absolutely, Jeff. Thank you very much. I would have trouble sleeping if I were you too. I don't have trouble sleeping. Because most of the people who here's a big thing. I saw some of that false content out there about me, and all the, like I said, all the gaslighting that's being done, all the false content, and how it's being twisted. However,
dipshit, people like me were calling the shit out that you did from your YouTube live videos and your TikTok and your Periscope shit. Like, I'm saying this dozens of times over, but dipshit, we're going off of what we were shown. You don't even know the fucking definition of gaslighting if you can't even tell the difference between clout chasing and awareness. So you've got no room to fucking argue that one. You couldn't even be a man, grow a fucking pair, and talk to me. You couldn't even give me a fucking answer, being like, okay, well, you could have just said yes or no. And if you said no, honestly, I wouldn't even give two shits, and I wouldn't actually go on to say, oh, this guy's a fucking coward, because he wouldn't actually accept the fact that I challenged him to, a debate of sorts. Okay? I'm not going to go that far because, you know what, I'm a little bit too honorable, to go that far. But you couldn't even face me, a low fucking tier channel, to talk this out. So you don't know what clout chasing or gaslighting is when you can't even tell the difference between that.
And the reason I'm not afraid is because at first I was like, oh God, well, I was under the assumption that people were not nearly as smart as they clearly are. I'm getting messages. People are like,
really, you want to use this particular argument? You yourself made yourself like an embarrassment on Twitter, because I remember one part in the conversation I said, like, I figured you would be this smarter. And you said, apparently you thought wrong. And I just basically facepalmed, because that was the poorest response I have ever received from somebody, in terms like I was expecting a comeback of some sorts that would just verbally gut punched me. But instead, no, I was just given some sheer disappointment. And I wasn't even angry at the fucking dude. I was just showing pity at that point. And load this up real quick. This is just too fucking rich. Whoa. Oh, okay. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, Matt made a mistake, but the rest of it, like, they're milking it. We're all moving on. That's part of why I'm able to be relaxed, because I know that 90% of people...
No, the reason why I'm here doing my shit is because now I found out that you're in my birth state, and if I ever find out you go to Texas too, I'm going to be on you for that too. My eyes are going to be fucking peeled on you until you get out of fucking Georgia, and that you stay away from Georgia and Texas. In fact, a lot of people are going to have their eyes on you regardless. Now, I was really reluctant to make this one, but I made this one a personal exception because you are in my birth state. And if I find out that you're ripping off anyone, I mean, I already know that you're technically most possibly ripping off of Josh, but if I find out that you start ripping off of people that I fucking know, we will have a serious fucking issue. We will have a serious fucking issue if I find out. And word comes fast.
Who are not actually buying it. And the people who are, quote unquote, buying it, I bet you a good portion of them don't actually. And they're really just fighting the fight because they're bored. They're keyboard warriors or whatever the case. And then there's another portion who are genuinely hurt. And they are the people why I'm having this video. The people who are genuinely hurt by what they see. That's why this video is being made. But as I say, this video is being made, and I invite accusations, I invite questions. There's not all that many people.
Oh, really? I mean, I sent you a message on Instagram, whatnot. You didn't answer one.
Asking them, which is part of why I'm having this video, to call people's bluff. This video.
It says live apology. Why the fuck would you? Then don't mislead people. Okay, this is another thing that I'm finding a fucking issue with, because now it says live apology, Jim Saroka, but this is you calling people's bluff. It's supposed to be an apology video. Why don't you stick to the fucking title and be exactly what you're trying to make it to fucking be, rather than just say, oh, well, these people that I'm making this video for, I'm just calling these people out, and I'm just basically doing this and that and this and that and this and that, when in fact this isn't even an apology video at all. It's just basically you deflecting and gaslighting people, by the way, and making people seem like your cause seems it's more efficient than it really is. In other words, this is just a fraudulent video.
Last but not least, make sure that we really can just move on. I want to make sure. I care about your feelings.
Well, then if you really want to prove to people that you've moved on, here's what you would need to fucking do. Here's what I challenge you to fucking do. And listen well. Kate, for example, Let her have her own social media. Let her have her own YouTube channel. Let her have her own things. And guess what? Those particular things are absolutely free. Here's why. Because you don't need to pay money to actually have a YouTube channel. You don't need money to have a social media. You don't need money to have all those particular things. Maybe for a phone, maybe for all that. But let's just talk about social media here. If you really fucking believe that you yourself are moving on, you need to give her more of the freedom to express herself in the way that she wants. You do that, maybe I'll be fucking convinced. But again, I have a higher chance of scoring with a prostitute with syphilis and gonorrhea before that shit would ever happen. And believe me, even for a chance like that chance for me is slim to fucking none. The challenge is there, Jimmy boy. You want to fucking prove me wrong? Well, then give Kate, the freedom that she has. Start with that. We all know you're not going to fucking do it, though.
I want to make sure. And anybody that's absent live, if you're seeing this on replay, I do have direct message. I don't want to answer right now. I'm not in the mood. But like I said, if you come as a humble human being and you really want to know what's up, I don't feel obligated to answer. I just know what it's like to be on the crap end of the stick and feel traumatized by someone else's content or gaslit by something someone else did. So, I welcome your questions.
Still awaiting that apology, by the way.
Tess says, were you really in the Marines? Thank you for bringing that up. I do want to talk about that. I joined the Marine Corps Delayed Entry Program. I dropped from Marine Corps boot camp after roughly 1 month in boot camp. That's the full story. The other piece is that I had the opportunity of training physically with a Special Operations Marine.
Send that hooker to Jimmy. Oh, fuck.
That's it. If we all remember, that was never hyped up any further. But guess what? Gaslighting makes some people money. So let them make their money. Snowman says, turn your notifications off. I don't turn them off because, like I said, I try to be there for the people who are really in our life. Me keeping notifications on for stuff from my real life is a great...
This is a tad bit off the turnbuckle here, and I'm not trying to control anyone that I know personally, but this is just my perspective on it, and I respect anyone's perspective on this, if you know me or not. I don't want anyone who associates with me is family, that biologically is family or is like family to me, or it's someone I love, respect, that I know, to have anything to do with you.
Reminder of, okay, the internet's the internet, social media, my job is my job. This is
real life. He did. He said people are gaslighting.
If you don't know me, I've been like delusional to the idea I saw social media as my life. Like, not that I didn't see real life as real, but I didn't realize just how little of a real life I was living, and then compensate.
You're having to use social media to help you pay for shit. But we all know that this financial gain that you're getting from this is not enough. So obviously you're getting money from somebody else. You have to get money from somewhere in order to keep paying this shit. That's bullshit. I can see right through that fucking lie.
Sitting with social media, and that became my reality. And then with how poorly people behave on the internet, I then projected that out into my real environment and felt that way about people in real life, as opposed to, most people, they're in the privacy of their own home. They act very differently than they do in public. And I felt in danger in public when I don't need to be, because, those people don't really talk crap until they get on their keyboard.
I'm gonna also call out people doing super chats to this dude saying like, "Oh, Jimbo, literally nobody buys your stories. Get up! Don't fucking donate to the fucking dude, you stupid." I'm gonna probably get called out for this too. But if people are donating super chats to Jimmy, you are contributing to the fucking problem at hand here too. By the way, I do not fucking care. And like, I got into one person. There's one person I really wanted to get on to for doing that shit. If you really do fucking care about it, you don't fucking send money to have your own message being shown to Jimmy. I'm going to get called out for that. I'm not really ashamed to say that. That, to me, that reflects a poor fucking example of sending that particular message. If you really do fucking care, you don't send any of your money to that fucking dude because he's going to benefit from it. I don't care how much that you send. If it was just 50 cents or $1, if it's anything like that to that particular dude, oh my gosh. Like, spend your money anywhere else you want. Spend it on food for yourself. Spend it on like your own date or whatnot. Do that. Come on. I don't see any particular reason why that should fucking happen. I mean, I understand that it's your money. Do with it as you please. But when it comes to somebody like Jimmy Boy here, you are contradicting your own message doing that.
So you know what I mean? I was a bit mixed up about that. Tess says, "Who is Ice Queen Kimberly?" I don't know.
Ice Queen Kimberly is another YouTube channel that has also helped contribute and also exposing people like this before. So that is who that is.
I do know. I do not have permission, nor will I dox someone. I will tell you that the likelihood that Ice Queen Kimberly is the same person who created the Change.org petition is very, very likely based on internet behavior of that profile. Very, very likely. But that is hearsay. And so I do not seek to dox, but if you are led in that direction, it would be a rather educated assumption. I wasn't trying to be nosy. Julia, at this point, everything except you're okay. It's not a matter of nosy. It's a matter of temptation. And I was very rude about people being curious about my life when I put it on screen. Why did that not connect for me? It didn't connect for me because I'm not like that. I have never really been someone who's all that interested in someone else's life.
Because it allowed it to change.
In reference to like busybody.
Rachel F. She has facts.
Like, if I want to know about somebody's life, like I'll follow somebody back on Instagram or something like that. It's because I want to know about their life, like literally just because I want to know them. I've never valued it. I never had seen how much other people value information. People like really, really value information about one another, and I do not get why. I still don't get it. I like, if you have a dog, that's cool. If you're fighting with your...
Okay, I got a question for you guys. So if I do a part 2, like we're going to try to at least get to an hour of this, but if I do a part 2 of this for tomorrow, would you guys be okay with that? Because like I don't want to go through like 2 hours of this because I do want to get sleep and I do have a story that I do need to continue writing for my sequel. But if I do a part 2 of this, would that be okay for you guys? Okay. So I will definitely continue where I left off from that one. So in the meantime, because we're 27 minutes and 53 seconds in, and I want to at least get to an hour of this, so that way we can do that. I know, and his voice is just too cringe.
Boyfriend, like I don't even know about it. if you want to tell me about it, I'm here for you. But, usually, hopefully, right? But I've learned to finally have some boundaries. But you get the point. Lori, but here's the beautiful thing. We're not locked in a dark hotel room. I'm right outside our door. Only a couple blocks. We've got beautiful greenery. Beautiful greenery. Really nice day out, too. And we enjoy it. Like I said, for the sake of our privacy, that is why at this point you are only seeing this. We're living a good, healthy life outside of this. And as soon as we're safe and comfortable financially, then we will feel more willing.
Kind of hard when you have your notifications that kind of disregard the privacy there, so
to share with you the rest of our life. Until then, we're all stuck with the white wall. But trust me when I say we're not stuck in our real life. I'm just...
Okay, let me just temporarily move aside everything except for... Let's just move everything temporarily, okay? Everything bad that we know about Jim. Let's just temporarily take all of that, metaphorically set it aside, and just talk to regular Jim here for a minute. Let's just go with the hypothetical situation here. Jimmy boy, you don't have to give up Periscope, TikTok, social media. I mean, if you're doing this legitimately. If you're doing that, fine. If you're making some sort of an income on that, fine. But you can also get a job too. And I'm not saying that this stuff isn't a job, because if you're trying to entertain people, it's considered a job. But what I'm saying is that if you're having struggles with that, go get a fucking job. So that way, maybe you can be a little bit more successful with that, because when you get money from a job, you can also pay for better equipment. And you pay for better equipment, you can also afford better care for yourself. If you have that time and influx of an income to support this would be a different situation rather than relying on others. You fucking half-witted moose twit.
Stuck with only sharing you this piece.
Also, how is it the fuck that you're also still able to afford a phone too? You can afford a phone, you can afford a plane ticket, you can afford food, which that's pretty much in general speaking, but you can't afford to either get a better fucking camera or at least angle it the proper way. Not trying to be a Nazi about that, but fuck.
Facebook. It's a Facebook post. Or did you already schedule it?
Thank you, by the way, Brando. I do appreciate that.
A little phrase or something.
Thanks for getting the word out, man. Tip from Joseph Stalin. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let me pause that for a moment. If only my friend Atticus the Death Meddler was in here to see that. For getting the word out. Tip from Joseph Stalin. Oh my gosh. Shades, just make sure you talk to Atticus about that. That's so funny. I love that. Thanks for getting the word out, man. Tip from Joseph. Oh my gosh, so he's speaking to me from beyond the grave. Oh my gosh. Oh fuck. Told them that they can't work just because of haters. I don't believe in the concept word of haters. That's the one thing that I will say in transparency that I do agree with in terms of Jim Saroka. And again, just because I agree with him does not mean I like him. But the fact of the matter is that I have people that don't like me when I, do YouTube or when I do other things. And, and it's a bit of it. But I've actually had a job for 8 fucking years. My first job for 8 years, despite having people that don't like me, I'm still able to maintain a fucking job. So, Jimmy, what's stopping you from doing that? Oh, fuck. I should have been a news reporter or something like that. I mean,
yeah, it's all good. Seriously, no stress. It's just Facebook. Guys, I'm telling you, I was high strung. I was like level 4,000 high strung.
Indeed, you
The
were.
reason I was that way is because I felt my life. I was out of control of my own life. Thank you, Kate. So I was like, it was me trying to maintain, like trying to get control of my life. And I thought, like, because I had identified my life so much with social media, that's what I was trying to do. And whenever, as far as stuff with Kate, when there was falsehood brought to the screen, it made me so angry because I was being very real and very wrong, which was inappropriate at that point, obviously. And everything was just, no, it was bad. But on a psychological level, that is the experience I was having. That, as if in real life, I was just non-existent. Because I think, for me, I just had an unhealthy relationship with social media. So, and I identified much more with social media.
This is for you, Jim.
I fell into it because my experience within life, I had lost so much control of, and other people had taken control of it. And to a degree, people still have control of my life. But thank God, none of them want it anymore. And I finally, like, I always did want control of my life, but I was kind of talked out of it. I was essentially talked out of it. So now regaining control of my life, I already know I have the ability to correct the course. So I'm doing so. And that includes a whole lot of people involved in the past and the present. Welcome on, Mike. Thank you.
Before we go any further, I think this is also due for a drop, or actually a drink of scotch. Because I think I'm going to go out of my mind in terms of boredom. Woohoo! Woohoo! Shit's strong. Mission Fellows floating around somewhere too.
Katana says you keep talking endlessly so that you don't have a moment of silence where you can actually think. It's a nervous habit, and you already know this, but you're also someone who has harassed me endlessly for about 4 years. 3 years, I'm sorry. And have horrendously gaslit me.
There's that list, by the way.
As if, pretending you're just the next viewer. And then, oh my God, poor me. How do I say this? I was manipulated into a position where I felt like I couldn't stop talking and hypnotized to do it. I'm getting better. Guys, knowledge is not power, but the ability to apply knowledge is definitely power. And I'm gaining power.
Now, okay, I could be wrong here, but I thought you didn't believe in hypnotism. I could be wrong at this point. I don't know, because this was back like 30-something minutes ago, talking about hypnotism. But I thought he didn't believe in that.
Over the psychological manipulation and essentially social destruction that was imposed on me.
We're just happy
by becoming educated about
anyone challenges this blatant lies is harassing and gaslighting.
So that I can unravel it.
Fuck.
And I am. Yes, of course, I don't like the diagnosis I was given because it is inaccurate.
I'm wondering to see if you got this diagnosis from an actual health clinic, or did you diagnose yourself, or did someone diagnose you from the internet? I don't know, but people can be wrong, but in this case, Jimmy Boy, I'm just not buying it. Oh my gosh, that is a horrendous. Oh my gosh, take a look at this. This is what happens when you have a faulty camera that does not work. Look at this. Look at the angle. Look what happens here. This face. And this is not making fun of people that are deformed, okay? I can understand the physical, complications when it comes to this, but I'm talking in terms of Jimmy here, okay? So bear with me. What the fuck is this? This is what happens when you have a faulty camera that has a split line and decides to give you a mutated nose and a multi-section cover of an eye. Sorry, I don't know why the camera was pointing at my crotch. That was weird.
Me overspending, lack of control in my environment. Hypersexuality, lack of control in my environment. Psychosis, lack of control in my environment. If you've seen, there is someone who is has a photo, their profile photos of me when I was like 14 years old, and I have a little pumpkin in front of me, and I have headphones on and a hoodie. My eyes, my whole face isn't in that photo for a reason. Because if you saw how I looked when I was a kid, it is very obvious that I was extremely oppressed and brainwashed, and I did not have the ability to exist within my own personality. I am very different than I was at that age. If you see that, absolute proof for you about where I was.
Okay, that's fine and dandy, I guess, from what I'm hearing, but I thought this was an apology video, not blaming shit for something that happened so many fucking years ago. Where's the apology?
And then as I got older, like I said, it only got worse because every time I tried to get away, I was forced back. And now that I'm finally away, what are these people doing? Making one more excuse to try and force me back to Pennsylvania. It's just seeking control of my life.
First of all, I'm not forcing you to do anything. You made these decisions upon yourself, and it's up to you to actually try to make a good Sorry, I mixed that up. It is up to you to make the decisions that will better your life. Now, I'm not going to go into specifics about this because, again, I made a promise to somebody not to do this because, again, it's a stressful situation. But, again, I challenge you. Give Kate the more freedom that she deserves. Give her social media. Give her her own sort of shit so that way she can express herself the way she feels. Maybe then you might start to convince people. But nobody's seeing this because nobody's buying it because this is just nothing more than damage control. What's the weather like, Ollie?
Excuse of their
It's gonna run. Thanks, Ollie.
They can try to prove that I have a problem. It's just an easy way for them to write off that they're the ones with the problem. But it's not going to work. It doesn't work that way. But people who are consumed by fear and a desire for control, an overwhelming level of pride, always destroy themselves. Chasing.
Well, you basically just summarized your videos that we've all seen, by the way. So you pretty much gave us the perfect details of what you pretty much did to Kate. So congratulations, you just shot yourself in the foot.
After their answers, instead of accepting the truth. Yeah, the apology's here. I'm just waiting on questions and accusations that everyone throws at me.
Well, then give the fucking apology. We're a quarter of a way into this fucking video, and you have not said I am sorry to those people. You basically have just gone nothing more than blame society, blame your parents, blame the fucking shit that happened to you, blame the shit with everybody else. The fact that you're also talking about you're being gaslit. This is not an apology video. This is a poor excuse at damage control. If this was really an apology video, you wouldn't have taken 2 hours and 4 minutes just to get to that fucking point. It could have taken you at least 10 or maybe 15 minutes at the very least. Hey, I'm sorry I fucked up. Let me tell you a little bit something about this. I don't expect people to understand. Fine. Still, I'm sorry. I fucked up. That's all I can really say. But no. Gaslighting. Society. My parents. What? Anyone else would try to throw my fucking way. And when I say throw my fucking way, I'm really referring to his fucking way. There's no apology. It's just damage control. So fuck you.
Every other video except the apology video. Doesn't anyone decent find it very interesting that there's barely a single question or legitimate accusation in this broadcast? The one broadcast.
Really? Okay, so if I scroll back through, let's see. What is today's random topic that you're going to blame everyone on? You're rambling as is. That's actually a good question right there, because the fact that you're blaming everybody for gaslighting you and going on a clout chase. Okay, let's go to another question. He said there was no legitimate question given to you. Let's see. Let me go right back up. So, seriously though, who do you think? That's not really a legitimate question, but let me go back up. Here we go. Why do you think you're an expert on relationships and mental health? You have no training or education and can't be objective. Please seek help. That's a good legitimate question right there. Okay. Let's see if there's any more. Do you keep taking endlessly so that you don't have a moment of silence where you can actually think? That was a legitimate question right there, and you actually answered that one. Okay, let's see. Scroll up. Oh, I missed one right here. Okay. What did you spend the Houston money on? Really? So those were questions. Those are questions. One of them you answered. You didn't answer the other ones.
Podcast name for an apology. I should have named this the bluff video.
Well, then why didn't you name it the bluff video then, you stupid, moronic, cock-sucking, cum-guzzling, stupid-ass piece of shit moron? This is basically this is a bait video. It's not an apology video. You should have just called it the bluff video, you fucking stupid moron. Oh my gosh. You are so fucking stupid. You fucking give me, because here I am thinking that I'm a stupid motherfucker and dumb motherfucker because sometimes I don't know what the fuck I'm doing at work or what I'm doing here, when I'm doing projects, when I'm trying to help somebody out. But oh my gosh, you give me so much hope in the world because I know for a fact that I am nowhere near in the list of dumbasses. Oh gosh. I'm gonna fucking drink to that because holy fuck. Oh my gosh. Woo! That is some strong scotch, motherfucker. Oh. Take a shot every time Jimbo says gas. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be fucking dead by the time that happens.
Bluff. Because people aren't actually interested in the truth for the most part. Unless they already know it. And the truth is, it's all BS. So this video is to call your bluff. Why? Because
Jim Boy, you have lied several times. You told us that you weren't making an income, but yet you're making money somehow. That's a lie right there. I could call a bluff on that. Jim Boy, like, where the fuck do you get off? Like, what train stop of the train stop of stupidity that you get off on? Do you get off on Moronville? Did you get off on, I don't know, hit your head on the fucking curve that you don't fucking know what you're talking about, BSville? How about stupid moron piece of shit that doesn't know what it's talking about? Cityville. I don't know. I'm just making up shit as I go.
Other people will make videos about me and then say, no, you come and be an interview in my video. Or we'll have a conversation in your broadcast. Or da-da-da. Or, hey, I'll come into your broadcast.
Why didn't you just say yes or no to me then? You could have just said no. Okay, fine. Because technically right now, from where I'm standing right now, I didn't really want to make another video. I didn't. But you're in my birth state. Now, if this was a case that if you were not in my birth state and you said, no, I don't want to, fine. Because at least to some level of degree, I have some honorable position not to put pressure on shit. Because I don't know, maybe I could be making things worse. But no, you yourself now condescend on the entire community that has a plethora of evidence. And you basically want to sit there and insult my intelligence and the intelligence of others that have gathered so much on you. Make no mistake, everyone here in this chat, myself, everyone has a past. Everyone does. You would be an idiot if you didn't have one. Everyone has one. But the difference between us and you is the fact that you yourself are a fraudulent, piece of shit, manipulative, gaslighting, projecting, narcissistic piece of shit that thinks that he's above everything, and just because of some shit, regardless whether if it was a few months ago, that it absolves you. The phrase, an elephant never forgets. He can't answer yes or no. He thinks deep down everyone watching is really a fan. That's why it's called The Past. He got off on asshole revenue. Oh my gosh. Or avenue. I'm so sorry. Asshole avenue. And we've got 25 more minutes of this.
And I'll record it and then put it on my channel. Because it's about views and money, and these people are sick. I'm calling the bluff.
Just like I'm calling bluff on about 6 lies that you told out of this entire stream so far, and we're not even halfway. Yeah, you know, you're not really homeless because, again, you're able to afford a phone. You're able to afford, again, I'm gonna say this again. You're able to afford a motel, a phone. I mean, internet's pretty much free in a motel, so I scratched that one out. Food, clothes. I mean, you basically got clothes from your so-called fans. What else? I mean, how else did you pay for that camera? I don't know. So, bullshit. I don't know. That's what's just bothering me.
Snowman, and I clearly do not have paranoia. This is another wonderful piece of it. People will throw accusations of mental illness, but never have a conversation about all the things that they accuse me of otherwise.
Mental illness? Did you not see your own fucking videos? I mean, obviously, you're the star in those fucking things. You think mental illness is something that you don't fucking have? Lord, give me strength here. I don't care what your beliefs are in terms of religion or, spirituality, but oh my gosh, Lord, give me a miracle above, because I need the prayer and miracle of Jesus right now. You motherfucker definitely need Jesus in your damn life. And you in the state of Georgia, motherfucker. And yes, I've actually kind of grown up, doing accents and shit. I can also do a British accent. It's really quite different when you compare two subjects like this in terms of speaking in an American accent and a British accent. I wonder if I could just speak in a British accent, while playing this stream for you guys. Jolly chap.
Not on my own broadcast, but they're more than happy to talk about it behind my back. I find the evidence rather curious.
How would people talk behind your back, good sir, when it's already on YouTube to begin with? You, sir, are nothing but a copy fop that does not know what he's talking about and does not know how the real life works. I'm also speaking like I'm also in a National Geographic. We are watching predators on videos, kind of like Gregory James Jackson and Darby Vanity. Coming at you live at 10:30 at night. Oh crap, it's 11:05 p.m. I'm really behind on the times.
How about we look at the process and read between the lines? The facts are rather obvious about all the people who continue to conceal their actual agendas.
I don't speak for those people, and those people ought to be ashamed of themselves just for doing it for an agenda. And I've seen about 2 of those people in particular that did it for their own agendas. One in particular I should have called out. However, though, I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt because he got into some drama and some issues on Twitter, and I'm willing to give that the benefit of the doubt. And hopefully he'll come around, which, he hasn't started anything, so maybe. However, though, I am not one of those people. This was brought to my attention from a particular, and how is it? It's also ironic because the person on Twitter was named Georgia, by the way, that issued this towards me. So, how the irony hit so flat.
Ginny, okay, so Ginny says she has a master's in cognitive psychology. I'm gonna let everyone know this woman has been around for about 3 or 4 years, and I must have heard 17 different claims of different professional degrees that she has. So
says the person who got these diagnostics that claim to be fucking wrong. Where did you get your diagnostics from then?
Just to fill that piece of it. I got plenty of professionals in the chat, and whatever degree they have absolutely fits the conversation every time. And I really wish that I could be that educated.
Yeah, because you threw years away because you were so much of a lazy ass. Now, I'm no kind of different. I mean, at least the difference between this jagoff and me, I graduated. Yeah, I was a slacker in high school, and you know what? I pretty much fell behind in my terms of studies and education. But you know what? At least to some degree, I got my head out of my ass. And I fucking graduated. Goes to show that even I can hold down an 8-year job.
Pretty cool. Now, Sally says, hey, all, Jimmy does apologies every couple of months. Stay tuned. I have in the past, Sally. So long as this one doesn't get taken down falsely, which a lot of
well, technically, this one can actually be flagged down because this is a misleading title because there's no apology. Because, again, 37 minutes and 31 seconds, no official apology was said. It's a bluff video, so it's misleading. So, by the way, because I want you to see the honors of this, by the way, or the dishonor for you. So, you know what I'm going to do? Report. Let's see. La 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 la. Caption issues. Choose one. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's under spam and misleading. My bad. Misleading text. Next. So I'm going to put in the timestamp 3031. Was this video a bluff video other than an apology video? Submit report. Thank you. $400 in accessories in his first day. This was his greatest achievement. Fuck. Hey, you know, sometimes when I actually do tasks and I struggle to actually follow the, you know, some certain directions, at least for me, for someone who cares about his job, at least from what I'm told, is that I care about my job. I care about what I'm doing. And wow, I feel more confident knowing that this guy can't even follow simple instructions. I mean, that's really no different for me to say, but, you know, at the same time, you know, I give a shit about my job. Have you read his bio on Reddit? He seriously thinks he's Jesus. Oh my gosh. You know what? I think that is the similar post that was on Repsion's video, by the way, but I will definitely take a look on that. All right, so that video is reported, by the way, too.
people do. They will do crap to my video, and then they'll report it and get it taken down.
Oh, wow. What a coincidence, because I just reported that, and then he talks about that. Wow. This actually has means to be reported, you dipshit. This is supposed to be an apology video, and there seems to be nothing of an apology here. This basically was terms of a bluff video. If I don't see an apology within the next part 2 for tomorrow, yeah, this is definitely in terms of report. I mean, I did it anyway because we're not even there.
And then say, hey, he didn't even make it. or he's lying. Well, you're here. Here's the evidence. Guys, the only thing you're doing is really, like, for the haters, or for the people who speak about me this way, not haters, you're proving that I'm telling
Yeah, wasn't that a term you didn't believe in, by the way? Haters?
the truth. Because you might be able to get rid of my video, and you might be able to gaslight the public and lie about me, but the people that are live with me, you're building a solidified fan base for us. You're showing people the truth. Who do you think they're going to stick with very heavily?
Really? Really? I don't even need to explain it any further. Like, it's been stressed enough already. I don't need to explain it any further. It's already out there. If you really want to keep bitching and complaining about that, feel free. But again, it's all out there, dude. It's not going to help you.
Because it's people like you that they really, really, really hate in society.
Gotcha. All right. It's also a clickbait apology video.
Cover the truth and then completely lie in order to get their way. So thank you. Bringing very good people into my life.
Well, there's a thank you in there, but there's no apology, so fuck you.
Caitlin.
There we go.
Katana says we've never been swatted. Your answer.
I was there.
Snowman says because people are worried about your mental stability. I agree, Snowman. I also believe you are not one of them. Thank you to those of you who are genuinely concerned. I have DMs. My mental stability is in place. I'm doing very well. I'm also making sure to keep my online life separate from my real life during the interim of rehabilitation. That's a mature choice and proof of mental healing. Lori, I've mentioned on several occasions during this video.
I'm gonna let them talk it out a few, so that way we can at least get past the 45-minute mark, or at least towards 42.
Our interactions with our neighbors. Caitlin, you making friends?
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Guys and girls. Very cool people around here with really cool accents, because people seem to come from all around the world to be in Georgia, or at least around Atlanta. I did not realize how big of a deal Atlanta was. I know everyone's probably like, are you serious? I grew up in the woods.
So did I, motherfucker. At least I don't use the woods as a excuse. In fact, I grew up on the hills.
Mimi said, what do you expect, though, if you're sharing your location? Human decency?
It's another way to get swatted, you dumbass.
I really did figure if I just shared my location long enough, eventually people would just stop bothering me. Really? I really thought, I'm like, well, it's about...
Really? So by that, I wanted to just give this at least 5 minutes of him just talking, but like, why the fuck did you think that was gonna help you? By sharing your location, you basically just made shit worse for yourself. This, you Oh my god, were you dropped on your head as a baby? Were you seriously dropped on your head as a baby? You really believe that people would get off of your case if you shared your location? Okay, Jimmy boy. Let's... You know what? Fuck that. I'm taking another drink after that. Fuck. Oh, I just got some on me. Oh man, now I reek of scotch.
The chase, or it's about this, it's about that. I seriously thought people would not, like, just were not crappy people. I really did think that eventually it would blow
both
up.
guys' dad,
Or
so
blow over.
bad
I'm sorry,
choice
not
of
blow-
words.
blow over.
Shit.
I thought people would eventually get over it and just act like human beings. I didn't realize it would continue. But you say, what did you expect? I did not expect people to abuse government resources or continue to attempt to abuse government resources. So now I'm trying to be as careful as I can because it's not actually my fault or responsibility, but it's like live stream is the Wild West. And I don't know if that's just all social media is the Wild West or just live stream. I don't know. My experience, like I said, I'm not fully versed in all this, clearly. But live stream is something I've had quite a bit of dabbling in. And
the Wild West and social media are completely two different things. The Wild West had some fucking interesting times, despite it being pretty much technically a boring century. You had outlaws, you had bank robbers, you had sheriffs and outlaws going at each other, gunfire. You had that sort of contingency in the years of the 1800s in the Wild West. But the Wild West wasn't really that much fun to live in. How you compare the Wild West to social media is just beyond me. There's no comparisons that make it significant. So you should probably pick a better terminology for it. I don't work tomorrow, so we're fine on that.
Think of it like I went from being responsible for nothing to having to be responsible for my own survival far more than people who even just have a 9 to 5, living this life and having this job. People who say, you gotta grow up and fend for yourself. But when you have a regular job, you're not dealing with all this stuff. I said yes to it though, right? So I'm not complaining, but I did spend a really long time complaining about it. And a big reason I complained was because I really couldn't wrap my head around how far behind.
You said that you couldn't get a job because of haters. That's another fucking lie right there.
The whole world that I didn't at that point.
18 more minutes and then we'll go to part 2 tomorrow. Just 18 more minutes. Night, Joseph.
Snowman said what
Good night, good night, Joseph Stalin.
Why is it a when? And what about an if? And why would there be an if? Guys, I'm officially not sharing most of what's going on in our life. The tides have shifted. You're going to have to watch and follow along to start seeing where we are. And we will slowly begin revealing more to you that I feel appropriate, that Kate feels is healthy as time moves forward. Okay, says good. Welcome on. I'm really hoping, actually, okay, I'm not hoping, I already know. That's just me gloating. I'm really happy that this video is absolute proof to people that no one's actually looking for answers. They're not.
You had questions about the shit that you were doing and you didn't bother answering any of those. What the fuck? Go fuck yourself on that one, because that one just shows that you're just a dipshit liar who doesn't actually pay attention to these serious questions that are going on here. Hey, how about me, for example? How about Repsion? How about Repzilla? How about the other people that called you out on this shit too? You didn't bother addressing any of that shit. And this video is just proof that you're just a fraudulent asshole, because this is also a misleading video and you're not giving apologies to people. You're basically just throwing off, projecting excuses. So you can fuck yourself with a rusted machete on that one.
They're bored and dissociated from reality and willing to treat a human life as though it's not human in order to...
And no, I haven't played Soul Calibur 6, by the way.
That's my last apology video. What else do I do apologize for? I might make some normal mistakes coming up. You'll get some apology videos then. That's appropriate. But I'm saying, as far as things from the past, nobody's actually asking me questions. They'll ask plenty of questions and throw accusations on Periscope. But God forbid it's on YouTube where people will see it.
Wipe that fucking smug off your dumb, cock-sucking, guzzling face.
You want answers? Look around. You're not going to find them anywhere but with me. Sleeping Bear says, I'm from the UK, not sure what a healthcare check is. A healthcare check is essentially like seeing if someone is okay. It's like sending the police to see if someone is okay. And the way it was utilized against me in a criminal way was calling.
No, a healthcare check is to cover the expenses of what you get medically checked up for, or when you actually have to go things for, like, I don't know, a prescription, or when you're pretty much getting, I don't know, in recovery in sense of medical urgency. In case if something did happen to you, you actually have that sort of benefit for it. My gosh.
Falsely and saying, hey, this person's mentally ill, or this person has a weapon, or...
Do you even understand what the fucking concepts of human life even is?
I've gotten plenty of different, and it's not funny, it's not good, but it's also not my fault. And, I had been gaslit by my haters to believe that it's my fault.
Again, like... You just fucking said that you said just fucking like minutes ago, or 20 to 30 fucking minutes ago, that you don't believe in the term haters. Now all of a sudden you're projecting on the haters. Which one is it? Are they just people that you just think are just projecting, or are they fucking haters? Which one are we focusing on here? Because you keep going back and forth on that one here. You just fucking said that you don't believe in that concept of haters. Then you're addressing the people that you're talking about as haters. It just seems to me you just don't know what the fuck to do with your words.
Responsibility that the police were being called falsely, so much so that eventually I began to believe it and feel guilty for it. And then on the other hand, every time that a police officer would show up at the door, they looked at me like I was a criminal and that I was bothersome. And I was treated very poorly by both ends. And everyone in between just said, well, dude, just lie. That's your answer.
Okay, well, here's something right there, Jimmy Boy. Let me actually give you a little bit of a story that happened to me in Vegas, by the way. And you know what? My friend, some guy 827 or Stevie Wolf, has actually had his share of, shit that's going on here in Vegas. I was at a casino, and I've probably told this story before. I had my cowboy hat on. I was with my aunt. We were playing around on the slot machines and stuff like that. There's like this cop that comes behind me. I don't know that he's there, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm a 27-year-old dude. I got to have fun in the casino, take some mind off of shit. Cop's behind me. I turn around. I look at him because I take my cowboy hat off. I give it to my aunt because she's getting lucky at the slots ever since I gave my cowboy hat to her. Turn around. There's a cop behind me. He says, I need to see your ID. So I was like, okay, officer, here's my ID. I do apologize if my photo looks very bizarre. Yeah, I know. I look dorkish. And he takes my wallet and is like, no, it's not the fact that you look like a dork. It's the fact that you look like a serial killer. Great. That doesn't seem, depressing at all. And he's joking about it, but at that moment, he's like, I really feel like getting your badge number for that, you fucking asshole. But what happens? It's nothing to me anymore. Because I don't use it as a fucking excuse.
Or just lie. And so now, our location is masked, and I'm lying. And that's not who I am. So when I'm making...
Okay, if that's what he meant by wellness check or whatnot, then I may have confused that term. So he may have that one on me. So that's what he mean by well. Okay, never mind. Then I butchered that one. Then that one I'm at fault for. So I will take that one back.
Enough money, I will show where I am again, and wherever we're living, maybe we'll simply, like you said,
dumbass. Don't show. Oh my gosh! You know what? Why do I even bother? Why do I even fucking bother? That is not a bright fucking thing to do when you're a figure that actually has thousands of eyes upon you and that people wish that you would not exist anymore.
Just make sure that we're living somewhere where there's, a system set in place where people are all caught up and where crimes are not permitted for the sake of convenience because they have other things to do. And this does the same with people on the internet. There are going to have to be reservations. Continuing to try and make other people look bad or make the system look bad, blah, blah, it doesn't help anything. Like local police and stuff, they are not equipped for this kind of thing. And that's not their fault. Like, it's literally brand new. And most people who are into my industry and do what I do, they're living in places that can absorb this kind of stuff. And there's know that, but realize you're talking to a country bumpkin. You're talking to a guy who lived in the middle of nowhere for a really long time, and I really have not had a whole lot of social culturing. I did not piece these things together, and I really, even for the past couple of years, have not had the opportunity to catch a foothold for even half a second, just to get my head together and wake up. And now that I have it, I'm waking up real quick. So wherever we move to next, more than likely it's going to be somewhere, if not even here, that can absorb what's going on in the internet.
Please don't let it be anywhere near here.
Kitten says you swindled people out of money. False. 100% false.
Okay, so why the fuck are you taking money from Josh then?
100% false.
And yeah, where's the money for Dom, by the way? Where did that fucking shit go to?
Next accusation, next question.
You basically just dismissed that as false. You didn't say where the fucking money went towards.
I'm literally saying there is no context needed on that. Anything you see out there, if it would speak,
It's false. Okay, so you basically had to get your money some way. And I don't see any other legitimate way. You don't have a job. You're using social media, which is not going to make you that much money. So it's obvious to me that you're taking the income or from you're using financial dependency on people, right? So to deduce that to means that how else are you making money? Are you prostituting yourself out to people out there that you don't want to fucking do, but you do it anyway? Because that would be a weird way to do it. That's just one way I could see things, but for me, it just feels like you're just taking money. I don't want to imagine the prostitution thing because that would be a disturbing thing of itself, but I can't imagine any other alternative than the fact that you're stealing money.
To swindling is a lie or some twist on reality. Point blank.
Says the dude spending his days in a fucking hotel with money to afford day by day. Doesn't stack up.
There is no in between it all. It really is that simple. Like most Americans for a really long time, I had looked at things, and if I saw what I would consider a discrepancy, or like to me something didn't add up, I always assumed that there was more to it, or something that was being lied about or that I missed. There's actually less going on than what you're being told. That's the point. Dial it down.
Oh yeah, I don't want to say things that would incriminate myself. Again, poor choice of words.
You'll have reality. Like, use common sense to look at the situation and say, okay, well, this is what the accusation is. How can I flip this in a way where how would someone lie about this and make it look this way? And that is probably what actually happened. And if you have specific allegations,
12 more minutes. Oh my gosh.
Let's have the conversation. I'll have it as best as I can. But it's not coming up yet.
Bay pigs exactly through scams. Damn straight.
Joe Blow, you're not being acknowledged because you've been around for 3 years too. You're a liar. Oh God, I hate my trolls. There's legitimate trolls. Okay. Does anybody want to ask the question that Joe Blow asked? Because he's not being acknowledged. Because that's somebody who's been around for like 3 or 4 years. They do nothing but straight up harass me. But if anyone actually wants to answer that question, you can ask. You are not blocked. Not blocking anybody. RJ says, "Do you believe I'm gonna phrase it as a question. Do you believe speaking to your girl that way was respectful? Here in this moment, Kate, did you feel I disrespected you with the way I just spoke to you? when I said about the Facebook post. Okay. What'd you have when we met? Yes. Yes, it's okay. I'm going to explain this one through. Caitlin is not gaslit to my abuse. She is familiar with my aggressive personality. I'm very assertive, and I'm less and less every day. I'm learning to calm down and be just like, I didn't.
What a load of fucking crocodile tear bullshit. Tell me we got that.
Realize how intimidating. I literally just had, I'm repeating myself 100%. I literally just had this conversation over on Periscope. Is I have a very domineering personality a lot of the time when it comes to business, and social media is business. Now it is to me. It was friendships.
Yeah, that you're barely making any fucking money off of.
Family. And I wanted that, but everybody wants something from me and they're not honest about it. So social media is officially the business.
No, what I really want is the fucking apology that you pretty much put in your fucking video and you haven't even apologized, and I'm 50 minutes in and not a single fucking apology was ever sent to anybody. That's the only thing in this fucking concept that I want, but you can't provide that, and literally I'm still not even halfway.
And that's how it's going to be forever, or at least until I can afford to keep people at bay when they try to screw me over. I would like to utilize social media as a legitimate networking tool to meet people in real life. Very hard thing to do. Thought I could tackle it.
Especially with the controversy that you yourself are pretty much the middle of.
I failed.
No shit.
I'm going to try again and again. That's what I do. But even now, like the way that I said it to Kate, it was like a snap reaction. So was it respectful? How do you define respect? You may not have felt it was respectful. It was rude. Something being rude and disrespectful don't always go together. That is opinion. And because people don't know our relationship, Caitlin, how do I say this? The way Caitlin communicates with me and the way that I communicate with her, that's our language. Like we you know what I mean? We have different forms of communication. Caitlin's extremely soft. I'm not. Caitlin is becoming more assertive. I'm becoming more tender. And I am getting much more tender. I was always afraid to be tender. I was a bit feminine, but I was afraid to be tender because I didn't want to get taken advantage of again. And now that I see Caitlin's not trying to take advantage of me anymore, it's a lot easier to be tender. And now that Caitlin sees that I never really wanted to have control of her life, that she's learning to be more assertive with me. And it's really, really good and very healthy. We're learning balanced communication between the two of us. Is what I'm sharing appropriate? Is it making you uncomfortable? Are you sure? I love you. Okay. Like I'm going to say this too, is the social pressure that I feel when I go live is even to the point where I will talk like I'm domineering and like put on, like I feel so much pressure over people thinking that I'm like assertive, aggressive, controlling, that no, I'm getting out of it.
I also pity these fucking people that actually send super chats to him.
But you hear it so much, I heard it so much that I started to literally act that way. Even now, like it's the weirdest thing because I'm talking like this, but we shut this camera off, and I'm normal. I swear to you, I'm normal. It's a lot more pressure when you're standing in front of 100 people. And I had this facade that I was this big salesman. I was like, here I am. I'm so smart. I'm learning to calm down and get out of that. And I'm getting there. It's really, really good. And I know you guys, it's day after day. I know you see me getting better. So thank you for being a part of the process.
7 minutes left. We're almost there for part 1.
like YouTube, asked Alex. I love YouTube. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Much appreciated.
Pity to that person. And yes, I'm going to flip that person off for doing that shit. It's disgusting. Yep, the people that send him fucking money, that's for you. I don't fucking care. That's for fucking you. For whoever does that shit.
Oh God. Sheriff said, who exposed me to stuff when I was 8? The computer left unattended. Computer left unattended. Lori says, lithium is amazing, Jim. Lithium almost... Ask Kate.
Yeah. Lithium is no good.
No medication is going to be good for me because I'm healthy.
I also like the person who just donated $5 to Jim, and he's like, "Oh, you're ignoring me." Well, you're the dumbass that fucking gave him $5. You fucking asshole.
Miss Blacking says, "I've just joined and welcome on. Can you clarify the aim of this video?"
She's really trying hard
yes.
to convince us he's
It's an
really
apology
healthy and
video for
normal.
those
Kids
who
become
have
just like
accusations
Jimmy
to
with
throw
all
at
the
me or any
lies.
questions
I was
about
put on the internet for
the
porn
past.
addiction. Ugh.
And with the volume of content out there throwing accusations at me and trying to bait me into talking about them or with them so that they can get views and try and bury me and then look like heroes because they have a psychopathic, narcissistic God complex, savior complex.
Just like the shit that you've been typing, the shit that you've been saying, and it's also on Reddit, by the way, from what I was told by Joseph Stalin, by the way. You can go fuck yourself on that one. That's being hypocritical in that sense and contradicting a lot of shit that you're saying too.
I'm waiting for more questions. So a couple people have asked. Happy to answer. Thank you for being here. A conversation about my life is going to happen in my arena. It's going to happen in my broadcast. Because if people are going to be making up crap like this about me, you want answers, then you come to me. I'll tell you what's real and what's not. I've already told you somewhat, but now we have a nice little recorded video on YouTube. But people don't really want to ask. They want me to take the time out to address all of other people's lies.
That could have been solved if you and me actually had this little video thing going back and forth talking about this sort of shit. I mean, like you now or like YouTube Live or whatnot. All the questions that people are asking you, I mean, that could have been solved. Or you could have done that with Repsion or Repsilla. You could have done that with other people and got that shit out of the way. But no. So
I will literally do that for the rest of my life if I'm dumb enough to go out and say, hey, this didn't happen. Da, 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 da. You know why? There will immediately be a rebuttal video of, hey, well, what about this? And that will literally become my platform. No, thank you. I'm busy now. It's time for us to move on.
Yeah, you're busy ripping people off and also treating people like absolute shit and insulting their intelligence, so no fucking thank you. Okay. He's always the victim of
Yes, thank you, Julia, for the help. Knowledge is power. That is the hilarious part.
Oh, fuck you. No. No, you do not get to fucking shit on Schoolhouse of Rock like that. Fuck you to the ends of the earth on that one. Fuck you with a rusted iron machete till it goes up your ass crack all the way through the fucking organs and your entire body, out through your fucking mouth. Nobody listen to a fucking word that guy says. Knowledge is power. Fuck that dude on so many levels.
That people think knowledge is power. I have never heard of like a lower level statement. I hear it all the time.
Knowledge is power because if you're a wise man who makes stupid decisions, you're still a wise man, but you're still making stupid decisions. You need to know the knowledge in order to improve from those stupid decisions. Knowledge helps us understand the world. Knowledge helps us learn from our mistakes. Knowledge is what helps us improve and helps us grow and helps us reach our goals, reaches our success. That's how it works. Knowledge is power, my friend. Listen to Schoolhouse of Rock, okay? That shit goes in my life. I turn to Schoolhouse of Rock for shit in life when it comes because for me, I have trouble sometimes in terms, and I will admit this, in terms of mathematics. There's certain numbers you have to times by, and I have trouble doing that, and I do that Schoolhouse of Rock thing. There's a certain segment in there where a guy's doing 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's doing the signal things. That's it's beautiful shit. That's what helps you. Or if you're doing the 3, 6, 9 deal, that's what I like to do in my head. That song that they do, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. I turn to that shit when I'm having difficulty in certain aspects when it comes to mathematics and shit. But come on, dude. Why the fuck do I have to listen to anything that you say in terms of the whole don't listen to knowledge is not power? Fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. Read in between the lines on that one right there. That's another fucking lie, by the way.
I see all of the, the lower thinking people, they seriously believe that. That has never registered for me, and it's not like I'm just so smart and so special. I'm saying even from young, I never understood why people gossip or why they're so interested in each other. In those ways. People are actually curious to know things about people for the sake of having that information. That is something I was never able to relate to. It's something that I saw within my own family and with my own life, and even moving forward.
Well, okay. Well, too bad for fucking you. Some people want to know about that knowledge to understand or actually have a soulmate or someone better to relate to. The fact that the shit that doesn't register to you doesn't mean that it's an actual fact. Not to bring that up, and I kind of feel like that's a little bit irrelevant for me to bring up, but knowledge is fucking power. And I'm going to stress this again, Jimmy boy. That's fact. Knowledge is power. That is fact. You are about as dumb as they come.
Forward that to this day I cannot relate to, for the most part, because I see how much more detrimental it is than helpful. Because the more that you're seeking out information about someone else's life, the less time you have to think about your own. I see seeking out information about other people as a fantastic way to stay distracted from your own life.
Well, clearly you haven't worked in the areas of the FBI, CIA, and pretty much, the Bureau. I mean, that's the kind of shit they do to people like you. Shot yourself in the foot on that one again.
That's my personal standpoint on that. Knowledge is not power. The ability to apply knowledge is power. And manipulating knowledge does not make you powerful. It makes you weak, lazy.
Okay, don't try to fucking twist that on thing. It's the general sense. Knowledge is power because if you know according to the information, then you know how to apply it in terms of knowledge. You fucking dodo head. Ugh. You have to have knowledge before you can use the knowledge. You obtain the knowledge and then you apply the knowledge. That's how it fucking works. Again, you don't understand basic human concepts. I mean, I could have just, that whole wellness check thing, which was my fault. I thought he was talking in regards of financial aid or whatnot in terms of medical. But in this sense, my knowledge has improved on that part because now I know the fact that he has no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Very clever, but not smart.
That was the concept of a wise man making foolish decisions. He's still a wise man, but he makes foolish decisions of himself, and he needs to use the knowledge to quit making foolish decisions. I myself can, at some degree, can be smart in some things, but I can also be dumb in some other ones. So in order for me to not be dumb so fucking much, I have to use the knowledge that applies to me in terms of dealing with these situations with the knowledge that is obtained. Once I have the knowledge obtained to it to understand and to also value the situations at hand, I can use that knowledge to better myself in the fucking future.
Okay, yes. Thank you.
2 minutes left, and then we'll take a break till tomorrow.
Yes, Gabriel, that was addressed in another video right now. Gabriel says, bro, have you watched the video of you getting pissed at your girlfriend saying Happy Valentine's Day to the chat before you? Yes. I was at a place where I was very, very gaslit to believe I was a bad person.
Stop using gaslit. You don't even know what that fucking word means. You don't even know what the fucking word clout means. I have to repeat that shit too. I just think you're just using the fucking word gaslit because it's being used on you, and you're just using it in terms of just throwing it back at people as a sense of projecting.
Babe, can I say it? By everyone, including Kate, that I was a bad boyfriend, bad person, blah, blah, blah. Weren't even, you know.
I mean, it's good that you fucking admitted that shit right there, too, but what does that have to fucking address with everything else going on?
And I was embarrassed. It was wrong, and I'm sorry. That apology goes to Kate and to any women or, you know, men who may be in another position about whatever it is in their life.
Well, at least you apologized about one thing, but I thought this apology video was supposed to be for everybody else. I mean, let's take a look at this for a moment. I care. I am so sorry for my wrongdoings. The false accusations are just that, false. I am moving on, and so is Kate. I'm an honest person in this video, and this part of the process of me of forgiveness and healing. You said apologies for Kate, for the women out there, and maybe for some of the men. I thought this apology video was supposed to be for everybody else. At least you apologized for something right there, but was that enough?
For behaving that way. Yeah, absolutely. It was terrible. So, I'll leave it at the apology. You apparently don't care about the rest, which is fine. I'll get over it.
Yeah, great. It only took you it basically took you an hour to fucking finally get there. Waste of my time.
Julia says, do I watch other YouTubers? Very rarely. Very rarely. If I could find people that I enjoy watching, I would probably watch them. If there's anyone out there who knows of really good YouTubers, really good creators on any platform, it would be awesome for Caitlin and I to have the ability to consume better content and have better stuff to watch, because for the most part, the content that's curated through the algorithm for Kate and I is just trash. Like, there's really nothing good. It's terrible. And
says the guy that's getting so much backlash at him throughout, 1,325 views? That does not seem to strike well.
And, you know, the stuff on TV is like decades behind. So if you know of any legitimate creators, regardless of how many followers they have, if they have good content, it would be awesome to know just, you know, people that we could watch, things that we could watch that is, you know, enjoyable. And just, you can message us that or comment below.
Okay, we're at an hour. Let's just see what he wraps up here with, and then we'll call it a day.
Boss Lady says, Jimmy, why do you look so defeated? Making an effort to keep my facial expressions as humble as possible is a really good way to help people feel more invited, especially with all of the accusations out there about me.
Well, some of your facial expressions actually kind of threw some of that suspicion my way. So, yeah, I'm not buying it for a second. Anyways, we're just going to take a break from this, and we'll come back to it tomorrow. Like I said, I want to get to an hour of this. And yes, I still actually had every right to flag that video because it took an hour for a fucking apology that wasn't even for everybody here. So yeah. I don't know what to fucking say. This is some fucking brainwashing shit. Knowledge is fucking power. This guy has no concept of that fucking concept. Well, he has no concept on the forefront of knowledge. So I don't believe anything that comes from his mouth. There's like one thing, though, I can agree on, and that's the fact that he was a bad boyfriend. He still is, but... Alrighty, guys, I'm going to get off. But let me just at least say this, is that as a history, everyone here has a past. I have a past, you have a past, but the difference is that we're not projecting our full past onto the internet because it's never a good idea. You have demons that you got to overcome. That's your thing. I got my thing. Everyone's got their thing. But it's how you handle it. This guy just gives me so much fucking hope in the future because the shit that he does. Ugh. So, Jimmy, I'm going to actually say this one more time before I end this off. If I find out you're stealing from anyone, any Georgians or any Texans that I know, or in general for that matter, I will fucking come back after you in this format. Okay? Video, by the way, not anything in particular, so let's not take that out of context. I will rain a fucking shitstorm on you. And that is not a threat, that is a promise. And that promise, it's the easiest promise ever because all I gotta do, sit here and rain some shit fire on you. This was nowhere remotely near as angry. Believe me, if I get that moment where I actually have time and quietness all to myself, I will fucking rain that shitstorm on you. So that's all I'm going to do for right now. So if you guys willing to come back tomorrow, that's up to you. No one's obligated. Don't worry. So I will catch you guys tomorrow if you want to hang about. Thank you guys for coming. And, thanks for being there with me. And I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful night. I will catch you guys tomorrow.